So we have this bracket that's kind of warped and it keeps on cracking. Alright, so it's supposed to rain on and off this week. We're going to take this little bit of downtime to address a couple issues that we have. Mainly with our front end loader. So we have this bracket that's kind of warped and it keeps on cracking. So I've welded it back and then just cracks right after I weld it. So you can see it kind of comes down here a little bit, but you can really see that guy. So what we did is we cut some of this steel that we have and got two triangles. We're going to grind this all down. I'm going to stick this guy right here, and we got another one that we're going to stick right here, and that will hopefully add some more reinforcement to this bracket and hopefully keep it from cracking, because I don't think we can actually weld inside of here very effectively. Also, this guy's stripped out, so we've tried longer bolts and that kind of, it's about to its end of what we can do. So we'll look at either rethreading that or drill it out, tap it out with a bigger size. That may be also kind of part of our problem, is that it's not holding there, but it's kind of on these 3 points in here, not so much on that one. So also a little bit on this front end loader, got a crack right here and there's a little crack starting right there. So we'll get those welded up and we'll do a once over on the loader, see if there's anything else. All right, this is our bracket. This is our spacer, because the loader that we have on is a little wider than what our tractor actually is. So we have the spacer built, that has the same bolt holes and everything. As you can see, it is kind of bent. It's because at one point the previous owner said he ran it over and kind of bent it a little bit, and so I'm half tempted to weld our spacer to it just to add a little bit of support to this bracket. But these are little triangles that I have cut out. Like I said, we'll just grind that down and weld one in there, and we'll grind it flat and weld one in between those bolt holes, kind of right in there. Hopefully that will give us a little more support as the weight sits out here and it is pressing down on it. I think most of it is our weight coming down and not pulling, but when you do back drag, our pins pull here and it actually pulls back there. That's why I'll still go ahead and drop one in right there. It'll give us a little bit more resistance as we go back, and then I might come back later and just cut that smooth and cut that smooth, but that'll fit in there nicely. We'll get that all ground, and a little bit more of our crack, and just a hair bit of it right in there. So yeah, that should shore that up, and hopefully we don't deal with this anymore, and then we'll get those little cracks in the front end loader welded up as well. All right, we got that all smoothed out, and we are going to tack weld it into place and then weld both sides up and down. We will quickly clean all that paint off just so we have a good weld there. But other than that, we should be pretty decent to get that welded in place. down, I'm going to weld along here, weld along there, and then I'll flip it and I'll weld it on the other side. I'm going to lay it down so while I'm welding, my weld is pretty much going down in here, and I'm not having to weld up or down or left, you know, on the bottom. So everything, all my weld kind of falls inside there. Well, she's welded. Sometimes I weld and I think, could have done something. Other times I'm very happy to have a grinder and nobody's actually testing it. So we got it welded. We're gonna let it cool down. Tomorrow we might clean it all up, get it painted. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna weld it to the base plate, still really hot, or not, just because it's warped, but I don't know if that's really gonna do anything or not. We'll see if these flights hold. If they don't hold, or if it cracks still, then we will try welding it to the plate. But we got those couple other welds to get cleaned up on the front end loader. But we need to put this back on the tractor so we can bring the front end loader back in front of the garage, so then we can take it off again, weld it, and then put it all back together. So that's what we got going on. This project's pretty much halfway over, so doing good there.